This is Woody Collins, and we are here to talk about Congo. And thank you all for stopping by to check out what's going on. And we will get started here right now. It's kind of interesting to talk about chickens and eggs. I was thinking about an omelet, and I thought, oh my goodness, have I really had omelets in this state? I mean, here in the while I was in the Congo, and I said, not too frequently, because eggs are not as plentiful at some time as you would think. So, one of the things that drove me to the subject is two. Number one is we've been working with a veterinarian, Dr. Mehta, in the Congo, and about she raises chickens and also produces eggs, and she sells them in town. Also, we had a group from Bulapay to come up to Kananga, come down to Kananga to look at starting in their project also. And finally, this is the third reason, was my friend James. He was asking the doctor where does she sell eggs at, and he was, eggs and chickens are not as plentiful as we have them here. And starting this egg and chicken project is kind of interesting from that perspective. So it reminded me of which one that we think what's going to be some of the pros and cons of starting a chicken and egg uh, industry, and which business you should, and I guess prioritize more. So you got the eggs. Um, one of the advantages of eggs, you can individually sell those. We buy, there's guys walk around in Kananga selling eggs for about 20 to 25 cents a piece. Um, so you can get eggs, and you would normally buy a couple of eggs, and they have some hot sauce uh, to go on them. So they would peel them, or you can buy them and you can peel them yourself, and then you put some of the hot sauce on them, and it's a quick snack, protein snack that you can eat. Uh, and they just walk around and they sell eggs all day, and it's something that they're readily done. And because they're so cheap, you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry about whether people can afford them and stuff like that. But with chickens, number one, the only time that uh, you see some people running around trying to sell chickens, but not that much. There's a few people that sell them in town, but they're not as plentiful. As a matter of fact, if you go to a restaurant, there we had a famous restaurant that we used to always go to, and we call it the Chicken Hut, because that was the only thing that they sold was chicken. So you can get either half a chicken or you can get a whole chicken. Now, most times you would get, a whole chicken, and you think, oh, that's a lot of meat to be eating. Well, the chickens over there are not as uh, succulent and big as the American chickens. Nobody would think about eating a whole chicken here in the United States. Not, you know, especially if you're sitting out drinking or something like that, you would just get even a half a chicken would be a lot of chicken to eat. But over there, you can a whole chicken would, because they are very on the lean side and also on the tough side, and also even the bones where we can chew the American bones, or over there, that mean the chickens are so, they're succulent. I mean, they're tasty, but they are not, uh, you know, such edible as a chicken here. I mean, and here you can't even buy. They don't even sell a half a chicken any place. Even a You can occasionally go someplace and get a quarter of a chicken, but you never see where, a half a chicken or something like that. So that's the difference. Is you can look at it as where here you can buy a quarter of a chicken and that's enough meat for you. In Congo, you can buy either a half a chicken or a full chicken. So the doctor chickens though are really good sized chickens, and they are, because they are fed. They are actually not range free chickens. We call that what we would call range free. Uh, uh, the chickens there in the Congo roam around the city, roam around the countryside, roam around everywhere. And one of the jokes is if you are out driving somewhere, be careful not to run over a chicken because you have to pay for that chicken and stuff like that. So, so which one would you start first? Which one would you prioritize? Definitely, you want to prioritize the eggs. As my classmate Diane said, you have to have that chicken to produce eggs, and you would sell the eggs or whatever the case may be, and eventually the chicken is going to stop laying, and then that is at the point that you would sell them to buy to then you would have to replace that chicken. You could either hatch some more eggs and do things like that, but you definitely would not want to try uh to you know, sell chickens as your primary business, because number one is you have to, in Congo, you have to sell your chicken live. You cannot buy, only at one place that in Kananga, well, two places. They get in frozen chickens. They usually just get in the legs, but they're never the whole chicken. Uh, so you can get in legs and different parts of frozen chickens that come in that's imported in from South Africa or some other place. But you don't, to try to sell a whole chicken to a family, which would be more than enough for a family, unless they were having a big event, you could not sell a chicken to the ordinary person because they couldn't afford it, and they're not gonna, because they have to eat it all because there's no refrigeration or way to keep it. So that's one of the things. And thank you for Geneva. It's good to see you. Uh, she's, I guess, still in the UK, and so I'm glad she was tuning in today. And you just saw her comment. So thank you for your comment. But definitely, you want to prioritize, for starting that business is to sell the eggs because you can sell them, for even which expensive com- comparatively expensive. You think of somebody making only $2 a day, can they afford to spend 25 cents for an egg? That's a lot of money, and so even that's going to be tough of selling eggs, uh, in town. But you can probably get away with it and do it. So that's my take on it. So we're going to be trying to sell eggs as much as possible. And then for those special occasions, we will uh, sell chickens to people. We catch the expats who coming through with plenty of money who having a party or something. You can do the chickens for people. But I'd like at this point to thank you for stopping by and thank all y'all for catching us on the replay. And as I always say, take care of yourself, take care of your family, be safe, wash your hands, socially distance yourself, and also wear your mask. And be blessed. And we will see you tomorrow at this time with another episode of talking about Congo. So take care now.